Okay, so insults are actually the best thing that can happen for a man, right? It's simply a feedback loop, right? So pretty much it could be projected externally or internally, right? So number one is when someone insults you, right? They're either doing it out of envy, jealousy, stuff like that, or they're actually giving you an insult, right? Obviously their intentions, or it could be to actually hurt you, but it's got an actual underlining feedback loop, right? For example, if you're fat, right, and someone calls you fat, you'd get offended. Now, if you're shredded and someone called you fat, you just laugh it off, right? Because there's zero truth in it. So you have to discern between the truth and the lie, right? Which is just simply requires self-awareness, or you can ask someone if you trust them, right? Just like family and friends, stuff like that. So, simple concept. Also, let's say if you were fat, but you're not fat no more, right? But someone calls you fat and you still get offended. Then that's an internal feedback, right? It's telling you there's still something internally, more so your identity, that's still attached to that fat guy insult, right? Because like I said, if someone's shredded, they wouldn't get offended, right? The identity is the shredded guy. So if someone calls them fat, it's most likely just an external projection of the person, right? The envy, stuff like that, whatever the reason is. So you can see how insults is actually the best, or one of the best ways to actually evolve as a man, right? It's a simple concept. You take the insult as it is, right? You take it if it's a truth or a lie. If it's a lie, that's to do with them. If it's the truth, you learn from it and you improve, and just in every factor possible, your weight, your intelligence, the way you do things, the way you act up. It's a simple concept, right? So I don't understand when people get offended from insults. If you're offended, there's something that needs to be worked on. As simple as that. It's basically another form of constructive criticism, right? So you can just transmute the negative intentions or energy that the person is giving out with the insult, and you can just use it for the positive, right? For the good, just to improve you in general. So as you can see, it's a simple concept. In summary, if someone insults you, let's say use fat as an example. If you're fat and someone calls you fat, okay, you can use that as feedback. Fix up, right? Fix your life, fix your weight, stuff like that. If someone calls you fat and you're shredded, you'll just laugh it off. You wouldn't think much of it because you're not attached to the identity, right? You can clearly see it's just an external projection of the person, whatever that person is feeling, how bad their life is going. And if you're not fat, but you were, and someone calls you fat and you still get attached or you feel attacked, then there's still something inside of you that's still attached to the identity. So then that just helps you, with your self-awareness. So you know what to work on, and then just go from there. So yeah, it's a simple concept. Take care.